welcome to my channel. So I thought during the month of Vlogtober I would do some more chatty videos, because I used to always do chatty videos when I first started my YouTube journey with my swimming world, but I just feel like lately I haven't, and I've done my honest like chats when I'm just having like a bit of a bad day, or I've had a bad moment or weigh in or whatever, and I'm quite open and honest. But sometimes I just want to just tell you how I'm feeling, share some like fab finds, and yeah, just have a little chat. Like, I just feel like I haven't done any proper ones. I kind of do my recipes and I'm doing my what I eat in a day, and I do chat a lot in my videos, but I just feel like sometimes I just want to sit down and have a chat. Do you know what? I think it's because this lounge has changed. So my sofa always used to be like opposite where I am now, and the TV was just here in the corner. And this is kind of like my office is, my desk is here, and there's an armchair here, which isn't that comfy. Whereas I can't really sit on the sofa because, well, I sit on the sofa all the time, but the sunlight comes in, so it's really rubbish on the camera. And I think that's kind of stopped me, so that's why you find me a lot out in the kids like playroom. We are having a bit of a reshuffle. I don't need my desk anymore because I've mentioned before, my business has, well, I closed my business down back in May, June, and I don't really need my desk. It's just purely just to sit there and look at the laptop, which I don't really look at that often. If I'm doing like admin and stuff like that, I can just sit at the table and do it and put the laptop away. So we kind of want to get rid of the desk, because that's why we had the desk, was for my office and that. So we're kind of having a bit of a sort out, and then eventually we're going to try and get a sofa to go along here and block this up. This was where my office used to be, under the stairs, and we've kind of like, it's back as a understair cupboard now, and we kind of want to put stuff in there, but not stuff that we don't need all the time. So I think that's why, because this armchair or whatever, it's not a proper armchair. It's just not that comfy. And I'm not moving the sofa around just to do a video because break my back and all that. So I was going to chat about first of all, how my week's been. I'm having quite a good week, like on plan. So far October has been 100% on it. I'm feeling motivated. I'm feeling very bloated this week though, and even though Star Week's been and gone, I think it's another week that us women have to put up with, or that we should be grateful for, I should say. I'm going to call it Moon Week. I don't know if there's a name for it, but Moon Week. If you're a woman, you catch my drift. Yeah, I'm just feeling really bloated, and I don't know if that's something to do with it. I did have tofu yesterday, but I think the tofu bloats me. I think that's why I don't normally have it, and I had it when I did Veganary, and I bought some like since then, like this year sometime, just thinking, oh, I'll make something else, and I think that's why I don't, if I remember now. So I don't think I'll be having tofu again, unless I can find an alternative. I'm okay with corn, but I didn't have any corn pieces, but I will be making that recipe again. In fact, we were talking about it last night. Rachel did a live, and she's also posted on her Instagram. That's Rachel from Bales 1986 SW. If you don't follow her, go and follow her. I'm sure you do. But if not, go and check her Instagram out if you're over on there. And she was talking about doing 5 recipes next week from the Take 5 book. And I love cooking. I've always loved cooking. It's not like a chore for me. I just prefer to know what's going in my food. I'm not a big fan of jars. I don't think that's a problem with jars. It's just, that's just me. I just prefer to cook everything from scratch. So I'm up for this challenge, because I think with my budgeting, that's going to really help me stay on it, plan. So I'm going to go through the book later and sit down and decide which recipes I'm going to make next week. And I am thinking the sticky pork I will make, but I'll probably make it with chicken because I've got lots in the freezer, or corn pieces. But I am going to buy some teriyaki sauce, because I really, even though what I made was really, really nice, I used honey and soy sauce. I am going to do like a little recipe of what I did. I'll do a separate video. But it just was nice. But I think the teriyaki, I do love teriyaki sauce, and I think that will make a difference. I think it's one in a tablespoon, but just check the app. As always with everything, check the app. So yes, I feel a bit bloated, and I think that's either that or because of Moon Week. That's what I'm calling it. But yeah, I just feel a bit, so I don't know how this week's going to go at weigh-in on Friday. We shall see. Exercise wise, I've been like, I did boot camp on Sunday, and then I did boot camp first thing Monday and again today, and that's my, like, I've made up my 3 now for this week. I've got a run on Sunday, a 10k race at Goodwood Racecourse, so I'm looking forward to, well, I say I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I also did a run last night with the running group, just because I haven't really done much running, and I've got a race, I've said I've got the race on Sunday, and I just felt like I needed to do it. So the lady that I'm actually running with on Sunday, I did it with her and the lady that takes it, and it just really has like motivated me to kind of, like, I can do this, it's fine, I can do it. We did, I think, about a 6k run last night, and I found it quite, say, easy. I found it easy. Like, it was just gentle pace for me. I don't always push myself when I run. When I do races, I do. However, this Sunday I'm not going to. I am going to actually run with my friend, and I just want to enjoy the race. And I think there's a few hills. I think I need to watch a video on Goodwood Racetrack and then like follow it. I think I'm going to YouTube that afterwards, because I think there's a few hills. So we'll see. I'm not that great on hills. Well, I don't like them. I mean, who does? Even just walking up them. So that's my exercise for the week. And then next week is the last week of boot camp for the 6 sessions, and then I've got to do 3. Which I think will be fine. I think I'll just do Monday, Wednesday and next Sunday, I think. So that's my week. But food wise, yeah, I've been okay actually. I've just been completely on plan. I have been having my sins quite high, sort of between 10 and 15, but that's fine. That's what they are there for. I kind of sometimes feel like I want to keep them low, but if I want them, I'm going to have them. That's what they're there for, aren't they? Yesterday I did do an SP day just because I had my healthy extra B in the morning, and then I was like, oh, I actually want to make a grape nut cheesecake. So I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to do an SP day because, yeah, I don't mind an SP day anyway. But today I'm going to be all about the carbs today. I'm going to have some potato wedges with, I think I've got a bit of salad left. Yeah, make some salad, like a salsa salad, potato wedges, and which I'll season. Probably use a spice and Thai seasoning because that's my favourite. And also then I'm going to put some cheese, once they're cooked and everything, I'll put some cheese on the top and just finish them off in the grill for cheesy chips. So yes, that's my week so far with the scale. Oh well, with the food. Who knows what the scales will say on Friday. I'm not holding out for a loss just because I feel bloated, but again, yeah, I don't know what that is. I just think, is it Moon Week or is it because of the tofu? I do sometimes get that with corn mince, so I think I'm going to start using like maybe the Linda McCartney mince or the Sainsbury's mince is quite nice. I think the Sainsbury's one is free, or one of theirs ones is, but I'll check that. However, non-scale victory, I think. So last night I was like getting dressed, I came back from my run, had a quick shower, and then I just wanted to put some like casual clothes on like I do, and I grabbed a t-shirt from my pyjama drawer. Completely forgot that most of my t-shirts that I wear to bed are literally like, I think most of them are in the wash, and then there's like a few pyjama tops, but I didn't want a long sleever, so I wanted a t-shirt. Grabbed a t-shirt. I knew it was in, like, I know I had it, but I just kind of forgot. And it was my old Take That t-shirt. Now, yeah, I was and still am a bit of a Take That fan. However, my buddy who I went to Take That concerts with is in New Zealand, and she's coming back. She's like my best mate. She's back in 7 weeks' time for 6 weeks, and I cannot wait. We've both got our big birthdays. She's going back just before my birthday, but we're going to do stuff, and yeah, I just can't wait. So I've really missed her, and yeah, I can't wait to see her and her little baby. She's got a little baby boy. I say baby, he's like just over 1 now, 1.5. So I can't wait to meet him and obviously see her husband. And yeah, so she was my buddy. So take that, performing next year, and I have no one to go with. Like, yeah, I'm sure I can find someone. I haven't even bought tickets yet, so maybe I'll just drag Darren along. I don't think he'll mind, like, but I don't think he'll get the whole like excitement of it. I think he'd prefer just to be like sitting there and clapping, and yeah, we won't be the same. It won't be like we go to gigs together, me and Darren, but I don't think that would be his thing. Anyway, going back to what I was talking about. So I had this t-shirt when I don't even know what size it is. It's a large anyway, because I always bought them big. I was at 13, I think I was like wearing dungarees and baggy tops, and everything was baggy, like, and wearing my kickers. And if you're back then, you know, Timberland, that was it. Always had a pair of Timberland or Timberland style but baggy t-shirts. So everything was like oversized. I don't even know what size I was when I was 13. I wasn't like skinny, but I wasn't. I look at photos now and I wish I was that size. However, I put it on and it fits. It fitted fine. In fact, it was probably baggier than what I would normally have. At the back, take that. This is an original. It is circa 1992. I was a Take That fan. Oh, and I think that was the year I went to my first concert. And then the following, I didn't go with my best friend then, because we went to school together, but we didn't get to know each other properly till college. And then the year after that, I remember going to Brighton Centre. I remember like going with my friend's mum, and like we had lighters. I think I like pinched my dad's lighter. Not that I didn't live with my dad at the time, but I think I remember borrowing it and just like holding it up. You could do that then. You probably can't do that now. Oh, I remember that. Anyway, I also did like E17 as well. So I was a bit of both. And I also loved indie pop as well. So my music genre is very varied. So that was a bit of a non-scale victory for me. And I'm glad I found it. I think I'm going to wear it again. I'm just a bit scared. I'm going to wash it because it's quite yellow around the neck. I think that's just, and it has been washed, but it's obviously just been sitting there. So maybe I'll wash it. I don't know. Yeah, I will wash it because I wore it last night. But that was a bit of an unscale victory for me. So I'm quite pleased about that. What else? Oh, sorry, I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee. Yes, what I wanted to talk about, I was going to do a separate video. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it in one because I've come across some really great stuff lately. And I try to talk about them in my day in the life and things like that. But sometimes I think they get a bit lost. So I found some new stuff. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do a separate video along with this chatty video of my great fab finds. So a little while ago, as you know, I've been shopping in Lidl's and Aldi. But my mum had these and I did try a packet and they were really nice. So I bought some when I went to Lidl's recently. I had a few more here that she'd given me. But these are, well, it says they're new, so I don't know how long they've been out. But these are Snacktastic, so from Lidl's. They are the pea snacks. I'm saying that they are 4.5 sins. I haven't actually checked the app. I've allowed 4.5 sins, but when I did check, they weren't on there. So do check the app, but if I will check afterwards and I will pop it up here, what they are. So they're 88 calories per bag and they are really nice. I love anything sweet chilli and lemon, and they're just nice. I don't know if you tried the pea snacks, the salt and vinegar ones from Aldi, and they do other flavours now, but they're very similar to that, and they're just really nice. And I just think there's something a bit different. That's, you know, fairly low sins. I don't have crisps all the time because they are my weakness, but stuff like this I can handle because it's just a bit too, I think you can't have too much of this. Let's see if one packet's enough. So yeah, I really like those. So hopefully if you like sweet chilli, you will like these. The other thing that I bought, well, I say bought recently, I saw, if you're over on Instagram, go and follow SW Mama Bear. She's called Grace, but her account is amazing on Instagram. She just, you know, she's just lovely, and I consider her as a friend now. She's just absolutely lovely. And her food is amazing. But she was talking about these. She recommended these, and I tried one. I bought them this weekend. Was it this weekend? This week. No, last week. They are the ginger flavoured shaped biscuits. And they are, well, they're 87 calories for 3. They're 1.5 sins each, I'm saying. And they're really nice. I'll show you them. I've only had one, and the kids have had one each. But they're like about that big. So I don't know how that is hand size, but basically, yeah, you can see. But they're really nice. They're really, they're just something a little bit different, and they're nice to put on top of like your treat bowls, or if you just want a ginger, you know, Darren Drinks has the ginger nuts, and they are a bit more sins, I think, ginger nuts. But I prefer those actually. I find ginger nuts a bit too sugary. The other thing that I got when I was in there, and I haven't tried these, but I have tried them in the past, so I haven't tried this actual packet. But it's Belmont biscuits. Again, these are from Aldi, and I'm sure Lidl's probably have similar, because I think I tried them in Lidl's last time. The Spice Christmas biscuits. It just reminds me of my childhood. Like, yeah, my nan is Dutch, so even though these are like from Germany, but my nan is Dutch. She used to bring stuff like this back with her when she went to Holland and see her family. And they just remind me of her, along with her shortbread biscuits. Oh my gosh, they were amazing. But they were like from Holland. These were, so these are, they're 47 calories per biscuit. So I would say 2.5 sins, but they are like, if you just want, you've got some more sins to use and you just want a little bit of a treat, I would recommend these. I don't know how, I'm going to open them up actually. Right, so I finally got in there. Oh my gosh, they smell amazing. There's loads in there. There's like literally loads. They're quite big. So they're, if you can see, that's like half the palm of my hand. So they are quite big, and they smell of Christmas. They smell of Christmas. But yeah, they just remind me of lots of things remind me of my nan. Like licorice. Oh, the budget slimmers will know what I'm on about. Yeah, you can't beat Dutch lip. Oh my god, it's amazing. Anyway, those are my like little naughty treats. The next thing I have found recently, and I got this in, I think it was Tesco's, but I think I've seen it in Sainsbury's as well. And it's I love Pucker teas. They are probably one of my favourite brands for teas, apart from the older Yorkshire tea, well, biscuit tea, but also just Yorkshire tea in general for me. And this is Turmeric Gold. Now, I did have a bit of a declutter of my teas, but I sort of did sneak this one in. It's an organic golden blend of the finest turmeric, lemon fruit and whole leaf green tea. Now, I love turmeric tea. I make turmeric lattes, but I haven't done one for a while. But maybe I'll do, if you're interested, I'll make one. But I do like turmeric tea. I just find turmeric quite nice. But sometimes when I make it like just as a tea, I can add too much. This is quite nice because it's just the right, like, it's just a tea bag. You dunk it in there. It's just got that flavour. It's also got green tea in it. And yeah, it's just really nice. And their boxes are pretty as well, aren't they? So I recommend this if you like turmeric, and it is really good for you, like turmeric. You should have it like in your diet all the time. I always like try and add it to like foods and things like that, especially when I'm making a curry or something. I will just add a little bit if I remember. But yeah, I definitely love turmeric. Another thing I found, and I've been using these for a while now, and I was meant to mention them at the beginning of September, but these are stevia drops. Now, I got these on Amazon. I can't remember who was it? I think it was Davina Taylor. She used to be in Hollyoaks. I followed her for a long time. I used to follow my other account, my exercise account, but I've kind of closed that now. But she was mentioning these NYX sweetener. They are stevia drops, and it's a vanilla. Now, I think they were like $5.99 or $6.99 a bottle on Amazon, but they've lasted for ages. I mean, I've had this since September, and I can't see it. I've only used like about that much, and I use it most days. I add a couple of drops. It just gives it like a little hint of vanilla. I love skinny syrups, like, don't get me wrong, I love them. but I just find, one, I'm having too much of them if I have them in my coffee as well, and sometimes I can find them, they take over the taste of coffee, whereas this leaves the coffee taste, and just, yeah, you can still taste the coffee, but you've got that hint of vanilla. So I definitely recommend these if you just want a little bit. And they are also quite nice. You could just, I've popped them in quark before, just to give it a little bit of hint when you don't want it too sweet. So I recommend those. I got mine on Amazon, but you might be able to get them in health food shops, but I've never seen them. And I'm sure Amazon is probably one of the cheaper places. But as I said, they do last for a long time. So the next things I want to talk about is coffee. I love coffee. I've always drank coffee. Like, I'd always have one mid-morning when I was at working and things like that. It wasn't until I had Sydney that I really have coffee. Yeah, same with Darren. Darren never had touched coffee unless we went out for a meal, and we'd have a coffee, which put coffee, Michael McIntyre, watch that clip, that is so funny. It's basically, why do we have coffee when we go out for a meal? It's hilarious. Like, you know, you have coffee to like wake up in the morning. Why would you have it before you go to bed? But you have to watch the clip. So if you like Michael McIntyre, go and put in Michael McIntyre coffee. It's hilarious. Basically, yes, we have coffee now to survive for the day, including Darren now, who never used to drink coffee. It's the first thing we have. And when we get up, it's usually an instant, just because I can't be bothered to use the machine. And then I might have another instant if I'm getting the kids ready, not always. And then when I get back from the school run or boot camp, whichever one, whatever day it is, I then have like a proper coffee, and I usually have one of these a day, at the most 2, just because they're quite strong. And I will have more coffees during the day, but I probably will just be an instant, or I might use one of the beanies or Little Is coffee, one of the flavoured ones. But I have a Dolce Gusto machine, which was given to us from my dad, so quite lucky there. But if you have one or a similar machine, you can probably get the equivalent. But this, sorry, I'm just gonna have some coffee. You can probably get the equivalent. Now these are espresso. I've always had the Americano and the Grande Lunde, or whatever, one of the longer coffee drinks, just the normal ones. But I've started buying the espresso one just as now and again, because I do find the intensity stronger. I can't sit there and drink just an espresso, black espresso on its own, but I do find this full of flavour, because what I do is I get my almond milk. At the moment I'm using the Alpro Unsweetened Long Life, which you can have the whole litre as your healthy extra A. Now I don't use all of that, so I usually measure out and use 500 mils, which is enough for my coffees and teas. But sometimes if I want to have a couple of long drinks, I might then either sin the extra milk, or if I'm using my other half of my healthy extra A, or just have the whole healthy extra A as my almond milk. And I put the espresso pod into the machine. You can also buy espresso at powder, and just fill the cup up about 1/3. And then with my milk, I put that in the microwave or on the hob, depending on how much time I've got, just to warm it through. And then I pour it into my mug that's got the espresso in. And it's just a stronger, like, latte. I don't like it too milky. Well, obviously that's milky, but I still like to taste the coffee. And sometimes, like today, I've added the stevia drops. So I did about 3 or 4 stevia drops, and that just gives it a little bit of a hint of vanilla, and it's just really, really nice. So I definitely recommend, if you've got a coffee machine or you like a strong latte, I definitely recommend buying these if you've got a Dolce Gusto machine, or I'm sure you can get espresso equivalent, and just doing that with the almond milk. It's just really, really nice. The other thing that's coffee related, and this is the last item that I want to share with you, is I saw, who was it? I've seen someone talk about it on their Instagram, and I can't remember who it was. I can't remember. But I did see Rachel mention about the Asda, like the Nescafe sachets, which were considerably cheaper. However, I don't have an Asda near me. I mean, I could go there, but I wanted to try this because I don't normally have stuff like this. I used to have them at work now and again, like years and years ago, but this is the Aldi equivalent, called the Al Cafe light cappuccino. So I think it's 54 calories. I think it's not on the app for some reason, which is really strange. They do have this on the app, but I think it's a smaller or larger pouch, like sachet. These are the sachets, but I think it was in weight wise per, so what are these? These are per 14.5 gram sachet. It works out 54 calories with hot water. But I think there was either, I can't remember which way round it was. So I'm just going to say 3 cents to cover myself, because that's what most of the light ones are. But it was like in my Aldi, it's $1.45, which I thought was quite a good price. I can't remember what Rachel said, the Aldi one. That's Rachel from Bales 1986 SW. But I tried one at the weekend after I went shopping. Just to see what it's like, and it's really nice. Again, it's quite milky for me, but sometimes if you just fancy something a little bit different, it's just, yeah, it's really nice. So I think with that, and maybe like one of these biscuits, obviously that's quite high sins, but that's a nice little afternoon treat if you haven't used much of your sins that day. So I definitely recommend those. And that's it. That's all I wanted to have a little chat with you, because I just feel like I haven't had a proper chat for a long time. So I've got some exciting things planned. I have got another chatty video that I'm going to kind of probably do towards more the end of the month, because obviously there's only so much I can chat. And see if I can find anything else that will help you on your Slimming World journey. So yes, that's all. I am now going to, I've tidied the house again. It's always constantly tidying. But we got swimming today, so it's a bit of a crazy day today. So yeah, I've got swimming today, so I've got to get all their bits ready for that, and snacks for Ralph, so that he's he's fed basically whilst we're watching swimming. I'm also going to I usually pack some sandwiches and things like that. So he has kind of have 2 packed lunches on a Wednesday, which is a bit of a pain, because then he doesn't really want dinner, but it's fine. Yes, that's really my day. And yeah, not that exciting. And then work tonight. So thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give us a thumbs up if you have. And I shall speak to you all very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.